Shout out to Through the Ropes Boxing.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy tu amigo Francisco Vargas, el bandido. Saludos a Por las Cuerdas.
Roberto, man, tune in to Through the Ropes Boxing. You heard me?
Saludo por la escuadra.
Shout out to the Ropes Boxing, best wishes to you. Thank you for the support. Good luck and everything. Thank you.
Welcome back to Through the Ropes. It's been a while, but today we're going to be discussing if Canelo's still the pound-for-pound king. I don't think so. He definitely falls down the ladder after that Bivol loss. He's definitely in my top 5 for sure. And in my opinion, if he wants to get back up to that number 1 spot, I think he should stay away from the Bivol rematch. It can turn something out like when Sugar Shane Mosley fought Winky Wright, and Wright just had his number, and after those 2 back-to-back losses, the public were just questioning if he still had it or not. And I know Canelo's not diving straight back into the what's it called, the Bivol rematch, but it's still something to consider. You also have to give Canelo his props because he moved up, he dared to be great. I don't necessarily think the size was a big factor. I just personally think Bivol was better, and he wasn't given that much credit before the fight. So a lot of people were shocked when Canelo lost, and that's why I make that Winky Wright and Sugar Shane Mosley comparison, because only the real hardcore boxing fans knew who Winky Wright was at the time, and all the hardcore boxing fans at this time knew who Bivol was, and everybody inside hardcore boxing circles knew that this wasn't an easy walk for Canelo to take, and he ended up losing it. But he can definitely still get back up to the number 1 spot, in my opinion. I mean, I think he has to go into his next fight, really close out the chapter with Triple G, leave no ifs or buts or whatever about it, and really beat him convincingly. Possibly even has to stop him, and that's just my opinion. And then after that, he has to go on, and he really has to fight one of those names that everybody's calling for. If it's Boo Boo Andre, if it's Andrade, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, butchered it, or Charlo. And then obviously the Mexican monster, everybody's saying the boogeyman at 168. And if he does and he goes on and beats those guys, he could easily be the number 1 pound for pound king again. It's just a matter if he takes those fights. And in my opinion, I think he beats Boo Boo and Charlo. The Benavidez one's the one where I'm 50-50 on. And I can also see that making another comparison, turning out like something like Oscar De La Hoya versus Fernando Vargas. When they fought, everybody thought De La Hoya was ducking Vargas, and when they finally got in the ring, it was, Vargas had his moment, but ultimately De La Hoya ended up stopping him in something of a firework fight. And I think that's Canelo's last really mega fight, if that makes sense, where he could sell over 1 million pay-per-views, is with David Benavidez. So to answer my own question, is Canelo still the pound-for-pound king? No. But can he come back and be number 1 again? Yes, I definitely do think so. But he just has to go through all those opponents that we just named. And thank you for listening. This is Through the Ropes Boxing. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Till the next one.